Okay, hello. We're going to go over your practice test. Okay, so Tuesday will be your test. So take a look here. This one says they want the net. Okay, so the net for the cube, number one, a cube is going to be a square, and then another square, and then another square. Then you're going to have the top. Well, that's going to be a side, and then the top is up here, and another side here. So you should have 6 of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is going to be your top. It's going to fold through. Okay, so that's your first one. Okay, 6. A cube has 6 sides. Now for number 2, a cylinder, this one, is going to be a circle, a rectangle, and then another circle. And the circle here is going to wrap around, or this side is going to wrap around the circle. Number 3, have a
rectangular, something like this. And so you need the net. I don't know why I did that, but it helps me. So you have the bottom, which is a rectangle. That's the bottom, and then you have this side back there, which is this. You have the top, which is somewhere like that. Okay, so the bottom, and then you got a square here, and a square here. Should be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 4 rectangles that are the same. That's your net. And that's the first 3 problems. Number 5 says find the surface area. Well, the surface area of the box, each one is 4. So if you look here, it's 4 by 4. They're all 4s. So for one of them, it's 4 times 4 is 16. So 4 times 4, okay? But you have 6 of these, so times 6. So 16 times 6, whatever that is. Okay? And it's going to be square inches. So 16, we'll do it, times 6, 96 square inches. Let's go on. Number 2 is this one. The radius is 5, okay, and the height is 10. All right, so we'll do the 2 circles first. So one circle is pi radius squared, but you got 2 of these, top and bottom. Then you have the height times this piece, which wraps around the circle, so it's the height times circumference. So plus the height times circumference. And that's it. That's your surface area. So I'm going to leave it as pi. So it's going to be 2 times pi times the radius squared. So 5 times 5 plus 10. Now circumference is pi times diameter. So I'm going to leave it as pi. And the diameter here is 2 of these. So 5 plus 5 is 10. So this is going to be 25 times 2. So that's 50 pi plus 100 pi. And that's going to give you 150 pi. And this will be square inches. Now if you want to know the real answer, which I will, you would take 150 times 3.14, press equals, it's 471 square inches. That's it. Remember, it's height times circumference for this side right here, because that's the piece that wraps around the circle. All right, finally, the last one is the surface area of this. So look at the front. The front is 4, and then it goes up. Well, up is 2. You see that 2? So move the 2 over here. So the front is 4 times 2. So 4 times 2 But you have two of these because you got the front and the back. So times 2, I'll make that 2 bigger, plus. Then you got the bottom. The bottom is 4 by 8, but the top is the same. So do 4 times 8 times 2, because you have two of those. And I'm missing something. I'm missing this right side right here. Well, this right side is 8 by 2, so 8 times 2, but you got the left side, which is the same. So 8 times 2, and then times 2 again. There it is. Now you might say, well, what are you going to do now? Well, we're going to work all that out. 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16. So we know it's 16 plus 32 times 2 is 64 plus 4 times 8 is 32. And you're going to add all that up, whatever that is. So this looks like 96 plus 16. I added these two up in my head. It looks like 10, it looks like 112. So 112 square inches is what I put for that. Now, you might say, well, is there an easier way? Well, you can do it this way. Like, see how it's 4, 8, and 2, length, width, and height, and it doesn't matter which one you call this which, but you can do it this way, so watch. You take this times this, so 4 times 8 times 2, then you do these two, 8 times 2 times 2, because you got the front and the back, or whatever, and then the first and last, and then 4 times 2, and then times 2, because you got two of them. It's the same thing that I just did. So, if you didn't quite understand what I did here, I did the front, the back, the right side, the left side, and then the top and the bottom. That's what I did. But some kids do it this way. All right, the last one here is a triangle. Well, I gave you the height of the triangle, and the base is 10. Okay, so you're going to do two triangles. So it's going to be 1/2 base times height times 2, because you got two triangles. Okay, stay with me. And then you got, they're all equal, because I made an equilateral triangle. So this is 20 by 6. So you got 3 of those. So plus 20 times 6 times 3, because you got 3 rectangles that go around. Now I don't think I did the net on that one, so let me do the net right now. So you have a triangle here, a rectangle, then you have another triangle here, and then you got another rectangle here, and another rectangle here. And these rectangles wrap around the triangles. So you got 2 triangles, 2 of these, and then you got 3 rectangles. And that's it. You add all that up. Well, the base was 10, and the height was 6. So you only take half one time, okay? So that's 60. Excuse me, half of 60 is 30. And then 2 times 30 is 60. So no matter how you do it, you should get 60. I usually just cancel out the 2's and get 60. Plus, this is 120 times 3. So 120 times 3 is going to be 360. So I think the final answer here is 420 square inches. And that's how you do all of that. All right, the next part I think is volume. See? For number 13, I want the net, I want the volume, and I want the surface area. Now this one's a little more complicated because we made the triangle 10 degrees at upper angle. So we got to do some trick. So let me flip it over. Now this is for all you superstars out there. Okay? So pay attention. Let's do the net first. Well, the net is going to be a triangle at the bottom. And then you're going to have a triangle here, a triangle here, and a triangle over here. There it is. That's your net. Okay? Now, let's see what's going on here. This one is all 7s. So put 7, 7, and 7. But you got to find the height. Now I gave you the
height of that, and we got to find the slant height. We got to do a lot of things here. Okay, so let's get the bottom triangle first. We want to get the height of this bottom triangle. And I guess I made that 10. Okay. And technically we need to know this upper angle too. I guess we'll make that one 10 as well. And I didn't tell you that, but I'm making it up now. Okay. All right. So the bottom, we're going to pull that triangle out like this. And you're going to put 10 degrees right here. And we need the height. We know the base is 3.5 because that's half of 7. The whole thing is 7. We only want half of that triangle. Okay? Now, what else did I tell you? I guess I said this was 7 over here. Now, I'm not quite sure these numbers are going to work out. But anyway, we're going to try it and see. Okay? So we're going to say, if I'm standing here, I'm going to say opposite over adjacent. So I'm going to say the tangent, so, cot, say that to yourself. And opposite over adjacent is tangent. So the tangent at 10 degrees is equal to opposite over adjacent. Okay, now I'm not quite sure that number would be 7. I mean, we could do trig and really find out what it is. That's why I'm saying this could be a little iffy. Anyway, you're going to move the h up here and move that one down there. Remember, you're going to switch those two. So you're going to say h is equal to 3.5 divided by the tangent of 10 degrees. So the height of that bottom triangle is going to be 3.5 divided by 10 tan, press equals. So you should get 19.8494. We'll leave it like that. That's the height. So to get the bottom triangle, if we're going to do surface area, the bottom triangle is going to be 1/2 the base, which is 7, right here. And the height we just found. So 19.8494. So stay with me. That's just the bottom. But we got 3 triangles here. Now let me see what else I told you. Well, if this is 10 degrees, like this one was 10 degrees, and this is 3.5, so this height would be the same. So basically we have 4 triangles that should be the same. So I'm going to take this right here, where I did it. Here's one triangle, but it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like they're all the same, is what I'm thinking. So I'm going to do times 4. Now, since I have all of this in my calculator, I'm just going to say times 7, press equals, divided by 2, press equals, and then times 4. I get 277.9 square inches for surface area. But I'm going to caution you that if we did trig on this, I'm not sure that this would be 7. All right, but anyway, we'll just go with it. And then finally, volume. Volume, it comes to a point. And anything that comes to a point, you see how it looks like this? And it comes to a point right there. So volume is going to be big B times H divided by 3. Well, the base is a triangle, and we found all of that right here. There's the base. So the base is going to be 1/2 times 7 times 19.8494. That's the bottom. That's your big B. Times the height. The height I told you was 20. So times 20. And then divide by 3. Okay, so the last thing you're going to do is divide by 3. So let's finish this up. So let's take, clear it out, 7 times 19.84, and then I guess that's, I don't know, 94 I guess it was, and then press equals, okay, and then times 20, the height of the pyramid, then divide by 2, because it was a triangle, and then divide by 3. I get 463 cubic inches. Or you could say 0.2 if you want. There it is. And there's your practice test. Took me 15 minutes. Yes, this last one was a little questionable. Let me see if that really is 7 for the heck of it. Let's say we didn't know what this is. Let's call it y. Now I told you it was 7, but I'm not sure it would be. So if I'm standing here, it'd be opposite over hypotenuse, which would be sine. Right here, opposite and hypotenuse. So it'd be the sine of 10 degrees is equal to the opposite 3.5 over y. I'm going to switch these two. So I'm going to move the y up here and move that one down there. So it's going to be y is equal to 3.5 times the sine of 10 degrees. Now I doubt that that's going to be 7, to be honest with you. So 3.5 divided by 10 sine, press equals, it's really 20. Okay, I kind of knew that when I made that up just a little while ago, and I kind of told you that. Anyway, it is what it is at this point. So that means I really didn't have to tell you that this one was whatever it was, even though it didn't work out, because you could have used trig to find it. See, trig would allow us to find the height plus that side right there. All right, in any event, this one might be kind of complicated, but I did the best I could. And Tuesday, you'll have your test. So you have one question for tomorrow. Here it is. Homework. Now look, I do want you to copy all of this. Okay, so if you only submit numbers, I'm not giving it to you. So copy everything down. Okay. All right, so look up here. Let's just say that homework is to submit the practice test. Okay, now if you submitted it, let me see, I gave it to you on Friday. Okay, so as long as you went on there. So tomorrow you're going to submit this. And if you already did, then I guess you're done. Anyway, that's it. Oh, I tell you what, resubmit it. Okay, so you might have to resubmit it twice. If you did submit it on Friday, you're going to have to resubmit it tomorrow. Okay, so, but if you didn't do it on Friday, definitely you got to submit it. Okay, so some of you might have to submit it twice. In any event, good luck, and we're going to be starting factoring. So when you get to Algebra 2, you have to know how to factor. Make sure you pay attention. Okay, no cutting corners. Do what I ask you to do. Have a good day.